Hello students, welcome to our world through English. I hope you all enjoy learning English. When we think of learning, we remember our school. Nelson Mandela rightly says, education is the most powerful weapon which we can use to change the world. You know very well that mother is the first teacher and home is the first school. We learn basic minimum words, behavior and socialization at home by imitating our parents and family members. Then we go to school where we learn languages, subjects like mathematics, sciences and social studies. We participate in sports and games and co-curricular activities. We make friends with our peers. We will have memories such as silly fights, bunking classes and receiving punishments for all the naughty things we do. We join in the school at the age of 3 with empty mind and leave the school at the age of 16 with full of curiosities, knowledge and memories. The span of time which we spend in the school, that is from 3rd year to 16th year, is known as school life. Now we are going to learn about a student named Swami who is expelled from school for doing some naughty thing. So this lesson name is Swami is expelled from school, which is written by R.K. Narayan.
Students, everybody needs change in his or her life. As per Nelson Mandela, education is the most powerful weapon which we can use to change the world. Education brings all round changes in our lives. Education modifies our personality. It gives us livelihood as well as status. So, to pursue education, we go to school. In the school, we learn languages, subjects like mathematics, sciences, and social studies. We participate in sports and games for fitness and recreation. In addition to this, we take part in co-curricular activities like singing and dancing for entertainment. Students, you all aware that our textbook consists of 8 units. Each unit is based on a theme. Our present unit theme is school life. We join in the school in first class and leave the school after completion of 10th class successfully. We spend 10 long years or maybe more in the school. This duration is called school life. In the school, we learn subjects, participate in sports and games, as well as co-curricular activities like singing, dancing, quiz programs, essay writing competition, elocution, and drawing competition, etc. Sometimes we do silly fights, bunk the school, and damage the things of others or school. For these naughty things, we receive punishments. The teachers try to mend our misbehavior. If we overreact, teacher or headmaster gives us corporal punishment. Do you think is it the right thing to correct the student's behavior means giving corporal punishment. It's okay. Different pupils have different opinions. Let us switch into the lesson. Swami is expelled from school. It is an extract from Swami and his friends, which is written by R.K. Narayan. Students, our present lesson, a reading. Swami is expelled from school. Expel means to officially force someone to leave a place or organization. Let's find out why Swami has been expelled from the school. Before entering the lesson, first we'll learn about the author. Rasipuram Krishnaswamy Iyer Narayan Swami is known as R.K. Narayan. He was an Indian writer. He is credited with bringing Indian literature in English to the rest of the world. His fictions include a series of books about people and their interactions in an imagined town in India called Malgudi. His famous works are Swami and Friends, The Bachelor of Arts, The English Teacher, and The Financial Expert. For his contribution to the English literature, he had received many awards and honors. These include the A.C. Benson Medal from the Royal Society of Literature and the Padma Vibhushan, India's second highest civilian award. We know Bharat Ratna is the first Indian civil award. He was also nominated to the Rajya Sabha, the upper house of the Indian Parliament. Now, let us move to the text. Before entering the text, we will come across some odd words, which meanings we may not know. So, let us find out the meanings of those odd words. We will comprehend the lesson easily. First one, flushed means red and hot. Ominous, suggesting that something bad is going to happen. Eminence, the quality of being highly accomplished and respected. Here, satirical. Flog, beat with a stick as a punishment. Ascertain means find out. Perspiration means sweat. Knuckles, a part of a finger at a joint where the bone is near the surface. The headmaster entered the class with a slightly flushed face and a hard, ominous look in his eyes. Swaminathan wished that he had been anywhere but there at that moment. The headmaster surveyed the class for a few minutes and asked, "Are you not ashamed of coming and sitting there after what you did yesterday?" Just as a special honor to them, he read out the names of a dozen students or so that had attended the class. After that, he read out the names of those that had kept away and asked them to stand on their benches. He felt that punishment was not enough and asked them to stand on their desks. Swaminathan was among them and felt humiliated at that eminence. Then They were lectured. When it was over, they were asked to offer explanations one by one. One said that he had an attack of a headache and therefore could not come to school. He was asked to bring a medical certificate. The second said that while he had been coming to school on the previous day, someone had told him that there would be no school and he had gone back home. The headmaster replied that if he was going to listen to every loafer who said there would be no school, he deserved to be flogged. Anyway, why did he not come to school and verify? No answer. The punishment was pronounced. 10 days attendance cancelled, 2 rupees fine, and the whole day to be spent on the desk. The third said that he had an attack of headache. The fourth said that he had stomachache. The fifth said that his grandmother died suddenly just as he was starting for school. The headmaster asked him if he could bring a letter from his father. No, he had no father. Then who was his guardian? His grandmother. But the grandmother was dead. Was she not? No, it was another grandmother. The headmaster asked how many grandmothers a person could have. No answer. Could he bring a letter from his neighbors? No, he could not. None of his neighbors could read or write because he lived in a very illiterate part of Elaman Street. Then the headmaster offered to send a teacher to this illiterate locality to ascertain from the boy's neighbors if the death of the grandmother was a fact. A pause, some perspiration, and then the answer that the neighbors could not possibly know anything about it, since the grandmother died in the village. The headmaster hit him on the knuckles with his cane, called him a street dog, and pronounced the punishment 15 days suspension. When Swaminathan's turn came, he looked around helplessly. Rajam sat on the third bench in front and resolutely looked away. He was gazing at the blackboard intently. Okay, students, I hope you have really enjoyed reading the passage. Swami is expelled from school. The headmaster entered the class angrily and he read out some names of students who were absent to school on previous day. He asked them to stand up on the benches and he sought the reasons for their absence from the school. The different students gave different reasons for their absence. Let us find out the antonyms for the underlined words. Let's see. The first sentence: the headmaster entered the class with a slightly flushed face and a hard, ominous look in his eyes. Here, the underlined word is entered. Exited is the opposite word for the word entered. Second one. Just as a special honor to them, he read out the names of a dozen students or so that had attended the class. Here, highlighted word is special. Ordinary is the antonym for the highlighted word special. Next one. He felt that punishment was not enough and asked them to stand on their desks. In this sentence, highlighted word is punishment. Praise is the antonym for the highlighted word punishment. Next, fourth one. He deserved to be flagged. Underlined word is deserved. Undeserved is the opposite word for the underlined word deserved. Next, fifth sentence. The fifth said that his grandmother died suddenly just as he was starting for school. Here, the underlined word is suddenly. Gradually is the antonym for the underlined word suddenly. The next one. None of his neighbors could read or write because he lived in a very illiterate part of Elman Street. Here, highlighted word is illiterate. Literate is the quite antonym for the underlined word illiterate. Seventh one. Then the headmaster offered to send a teacher to this illiterate locality to ascertain from the boy's neighbors if the death of the grandmother was a fact. In this sentence, fact is underlined. Unreal is the antonym for the word fact. Yes, students, we move to the next section, reading comprehension. Generally, we do reading comprehension to assess ourselves how well we have read the lesson and understood it. So that here is the first question. Why do you think the headmaster entered the class with a flushed face and a hard, ominous look? Yeah, for this question, we will find answer in the first paragraph. So we know very well that the headmaster entered the class with a flushed face and a hard, ominous look because Swami and his friends had not attended the class on the previous day. That's why the headmaster was very angry and he wanted to punish them. Now, the second question. How did the headmaster punish the students? The headmaster asked the students to stand on their benches. He felt that the punishment was not enough and asked them to stand on their desks. Now, the third question. What were the reasons given by the students for their absence from school on the previous day? Students, we know that different students gave different reasons. Two of them had an attack of headache. Another one said that while he had been coming to school on the previous day, someone had told him that there would be no school. The fourth one said that he had stomachache. The fifth said his grandmother died suddenly, just as he was starting for school. Okay, students, I hope you have enjoyed reading the lesson Swami is expelled from school. Let us wind up the session. Thank you.